Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Okay, today's topic is don't allow fear to control you. Don't allow fear to control you. Okay, before we dive into this topic, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all of the new viewers. Welcome to all the new subscribers. And welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I appreciate you so very, very much. Now, those of you who are new to this channel, I will answer your relationship questions. So at the end of the video, I'll show you a link where you can send in your questions. And I will either answer them on the air, or I will answer them privately through the email. And it's really your choice. Okay? And those of you who are interested in these caps, they are now available in my online store. Just go to the description, go to the bottom, and you'll see a link that says online store. Just click on that link, and there you are. Okay? All right. Ladies, let's jump into this topic today. Don't allow fear to control you. Now, this is a hot topic because many of us have been groomed from children to live our lives in fear. You understand? We fear everything. As a matter of fact, the way that society is, we are being controlled by fear. And see, it trickles down into everything you do in life. If you let fear be your guide, you understand? And it trickles down into your relationships. Many of us, we will stay in a horrible relationship because of fear. Because we have fear of the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen if we leave it. You understand? How will we survive if we leave it? So we stay and we suffer. I know women who have stayed in relationships that are violent. You know, they're being beat down every weekend, but they stay there because fear keeps them there. Fear of stepping out of that comfort zone. Although it's horrible, it can be a comfort zone for you because you're used to it. And to step out of it and do something else, many times you don't want to do that. Fear will stop you dead in your tracks. You understand? Ladies, do not stay in awful relationships because of fear. Now, I do understand that there are some instances where you will stay in a relationship. It may not be a horror movie, but it may not be happy. It may not be happy. And, because of finances, people stay. Because children, people stay. You know, there are a number of reasons why people stay in a bad situation. But don't let fear be one of those reasons. This is what I'm saying. Don't stay in a situation because you are fearful that you can't make it on your own. This is the point. This is the point. Now, I do understand, if you have children and you want to stay, because to keep the family together, that's something else. You're not staying because you're fearful. You're staying because you understand you want to keep the family unit together as best you can. That's different. I'm talking to those women who stay in a terrible situation because they don't have the confidence within themselves to leave. Those are the women I'm talking about. And I get a lot of letters from those women. You see, it's nothing but fear. And many times the women are young women. It's not that they're older and they don't feel like they can do anything else. They're young, just starting out their lives. And they'll stay because they don't think they can find a better partner than this guy, even if he's mistreating you. Or because of other reasons. It may be religious reasons why you stay. You understand? If you are part of a religious organization, many of them place fear on you when it comes to leaving your partner. You understand? That's fear. Don't be controlled by fear. I understand? That's something that man made to control people. Put the fear in you so that you can be controlled, so that you will stay put and you won't move until somebody tells you to move. You see, fear stops you from using your own judgment. You let other people make your decisions, and you shouldn't. And you shouldn't. Ladies, I just want you to know your power. Do not allow fear to stop you from any desire that you have in your life. Step out. Take a chance. You understand? Believe. Believe you can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. Don't let fear stop you. Okay? Now, this message today was inspired by some letters that came in. So let's read some letters and we'll talk more about this subject. Okay? All right, here we go. Our first letter. Okay, this letter was, the subject line was advice on how to proceed. Okay, here we go. I am a 43-year-old woman that has been celibate for a little over a year. Okay. My husband passed in 2019. I've really grown to learn that sex is very precious and not to just share myself with anyone. Good for you. Good for you. We're hoping that all ladies understand that message. Okay? I'm in a Hebrew Israelite organization that permits polygamy, and I've come to accept this. However, the man that I courted is not whom I'd like to marry. Okay, it looks like this organization wants you to hook up with another Hebrew Israelite. Okay? All right, here we go. We've never had sex, and that's a good thing. But he wants to be with me, and the feeling is not mutual. But don't take him. I don't care what the religion says. Don't hook up with somebody that you don't want. That would be a terrible decision. Since he has rank in the organization, I feel like they are trying to force me to be with this man or be alone. They are. They have already chosen this man for you. Either you choose him or you be alone. It's up to you now. You got the free will. All right? Don't allow people to control you. Okay? Keep in mind, this man lives in another state, and I can count on one hand how many times I've seen him in person. I feel scared to leave the organization because I don't have any family or friends since joining. They say if I leave, God will torment me with unfortunate coincidences or plain out kill me. You know, I want to be careful in the way that I respond to this, because I understand that you are part of this organization. You didn't tell me how long you've been a part of them. You understand? But understand, people, about when it comes to religion. All religious organizations have their own teachings. It's dogma. It's a way to control people. So apparently these Hebrew Israelites have this thing that you can have, I guess, several wives, which is outrageous. And because, number one, these men probably can't take care of all you women anyway. He's probably looking for you to take care of yourself and take care of the man. Don't get caught up in that. That's ridiculous. And this thing about God will torment you with unfortunate consequences or plain out kill you, that's a bold-faced lie. Unless you are serving some God that I'm not aware of. You could be. You understand? Because there are several gods, or what we call gods out here. But the creator, listen to me now, the creator of the universe is not this God right here. It's not this God. This is some other God. This is not the God that you think. The creator of the universe is not going to torment you. Is not going to send you unfortunate coincidences or circumstances, and certainly not going to kill you because you leave this organization. You see, when I was in Christianity, they told us the same nonsense. They told us if we left, we was going to be struck down and all kind of craziness. So when I decided, this was ridiculous. And because I was raised in it, my father was a bishop, so I understand how these religious organizations go. And, they had you fearful to leave. You're going to be cursed. Your life is going to be awful. And God is going to punish you. Let me tell you something. When I left those crazy people, my life opened up to abundance and happiness. And then I realized what a lie it was. These people are telling you lies. Number one, because they want to keep you there. You understand? Because it's money in these religious organizations. The more people that they can get in, the more money they can make. And so they come up with these rules and regulations. You see, somebody, whoever the head of it is, they decided, yeah, you can have many wives as you want. You understand? You can do what you want. You understand? And as long as you stay here in this organization and pray to this God, he's going to protect you. Well, you look at it. How do you feel? Are you happy? Is your life full of abundance and happiness and all the things that you desire? Or are you still praying for that? You got to beg your God for that. You understand? The God of the universe, the creator of this universe, is not who these religious organizations are telling you that it is. Number one, God is no he or she. It's energy. The creator of the universe is source energy. You understand? The creator of the universe is not worried about you staying with these Hebrew Israelites. Understand that. I'm telling you, when I left Christianity, I was waiting for the lightning to strike. I mean, I was raised in it, and they act like, if you leave, that the hand of God's going to come down and strike you down. Let me tell you something. People, it's ridiculous. People, it's a lie. People, it's not true. The true creator of the universe is all loving. It's all loving. And that's why I try to explain to you what spirituality is. Spirituality is based on love. It's not based on fear or hate. This God that these people are talking about is revengeful. And I know in your document, I know in whatever text you're using, it says, that, God is a vengeful God, and, and he's gonna do this to you. And he says, don't worship any other gods before me. That lets you know right now that that's not the creator of the universe. He already telling you that he is one of the gods that you shouldn't be worshiping. Okay, I'm not gonna go too deep into that. I don't mean to offend anybody, because I realize that some of you have very strong beliefs in your religion. If your religion is bringing you fulfillment and happiness, then it's your decision. You got free will. You can go either way you want to. But what I'm telling you here with this letter, no, don't marry this man, and don't be taken in by fear. You understand? If you want to stay in this religion, it's better for you to be alone than to be with somebody you don't want. And who's to say that this man will treat you the way that you desire to be treated anyway? He hasn't even made the time to come to get to know you. It sounds like an arranged marriage to me, or an arranged situation. You don't want to do this. This is bad news. Here you go. I guess my question is, from a spiritual standpoint, although this man wants to marry me, he even bought me a ring after I saw his true colors to keep me. You definitely don't want to marry him now. If he showed you his true colors and he ran out and bought some kind of ring, give it to him. Give it back to him. Should I submit to his advances, considering I'm 43? You young. You have your whole life ahead of you. Do not, I repeat, do not marry this man. And I want to speak something on this before I go too fast, okay? The Hebrew Israelites. I know you. I know you. I did a lot of research when I started my spiritual journey. I looked into a lot of religions. I did. I searched out a lot of religions after I left Christianity. And I looked into the Hebrew Israelites. Okay? Now, listen. According to the Bible, certain people believe that we are whoever in the Bible. Black folks are the Hebrew Israelites from the Bible. Okay, I understand. I understand where you're coming from with this. But remember, the dogma that comes along with it is what these Hebrewites have come up with. The rules and regulations to be a part of this organization. You see, black folks understand this. We are mixed with every nationality that came through. Everyone. You understand? Everyone. But when it boils down to it, we're all a part of the human race. And that's what the creator of all sees us as part of the human race. It's not, all these little sections, the Jews and the Hebrewites and the this and that. That's man. That's not the creator doing that. That's man doing that. Making a division between the people. For control. That's all it is. It's for control. But in spirituality, we're all one with the universe. And you work with the universe. You understand? And the universe does not operate on fear, shame, blame, destruction, violence. None of that is in spirituality, but it's in religion. It's in religion because of the division. Let me tell you, all these wars that we're having, religion. Religion. Religion makes people divide themselves from other people. That's what religion does. That's why I say religion is evil. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Because it divides people and make people fight against each other for domination. That's religion. And it has been happening since religion came into existence. You see? People fighting for resources. People fighting because you don't believe what we believe or whatever. Let that go. The creator of the universe does not look at it like that. Whatever you embrace, the universe will give you more of it. And I always tell you that. You understand? So if you decide to go on with this religion, and hopefully you won't marry this man. Hopefully you won't feel pushed into marrying this man, because I think you would be miserable. You will be miserable. And I do understand about the Hebrew Israelites. I looked into it. I looked deep into it at one time. You see, but I saw a lot of flaws in it. And it's organized, and in organized religion there's always flaws, because man has his hand in it. You see? And man is for personal gain. Everything he does is for personal gain. You understand? So if he can control you for personal gain, yeah. Now it sounds like this man probably just wants you. You understand? He's not running out there to meet you because he's probably got other wives. You just gonna join in the herd. Why would you do that? Why would you want to be a part of that? You understand? Why? Love yourself. Love yourself and let go of that fear. Let go of that fear. Whatever God that they are worshiping is not the creator of all. It's not that one. Because that God is not revengeful and is not out to destroy you. Okay? Okay? So I hope that you understand that, and I really hope it helps you, because you see, this is so serious. There's so many people out here living in misery because of their religious beliefs. Don't let fear control you, because fear will actually lead you to your demise. It will. If you trust in the divine will protect you, care for you, and grant your desires. This is not difficult. This is not difficult at all. And your relationship with the divine is direct. You ain't got to go to the temple. You ain't got to go to the church or the mosque or nowhere. There's no middleman between you and the divine. You understand? When you understand this is freedom. Freedom for you. These people are putting you in bondage. You don't need it. Let it go. Let these people go. Understand? And love yourself. Again, in the description, I'm going to start your spiritual awakening. And this will open up your eyes to the truth of what's going on in this world. Okay? All right. Let's look at another letter here. Okay? I was a single mother of one child before I met my husband. We had a good time together dating. He didn't have much, but the way he treated me mattered more. Well, you know, in the beginning, you know, he doesn't have anything, you understand, and you're having fun together and everything's fine. But when it boils down to it, you're going to be looking for him to have something. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You can't eat air. And if he can't provide for you, that's going to get old real fast. Okay. He had lived alone for a year and had 2 children prior to that woman he lived with. Okay. So he's going around living with women because he doesn't have anything. He can't afford his own living, so he mooches off of women. You understand what I say? He mooches off of women. After a year of dating, he told me I was the one and proposed. Of course he did. If you got anything, I'm sure you're the one. Okay. He said he wanted me to have his baby. And you got pregnant. You know that was a big well, the red flag was that he didn't have anything. The second red flag is that he talking about you the one and he want to marry you. And then next thing, he wanted you to have his baby. Why didn't he marry you first? Did you ever think about that? See, women, you always get caught up right here where a man gonna come and say, I want you to have my baby. Why you want to have these people's baby? For what? So you can take care of them for the rest of their life? And he goes on around telling other women the same thing? That's what's going on. And that's why a lot of us women are sitting here raising children on our own. A lot of us. Because men ask us to have their babies, and we think that comes along with a commitment. And many times it doesn't. It doesn't. It just means that he wants somebody else running around resembling him, but it doesn't mean that he wants to support that baby. These men are not mature. A mature man is not going to come up and ask you to have his baby without marriage. Say that. Without not a commitment, without marriage. Okay? All right, here we go. I lived in Virginia. He said we were both paying 2 rents and could save together. He wasn't even paying rent if he was living with another woman. Do you understand? Shortly after we moved in, I guess y'all moved in together, you're complying to everything this man is suggesting. So shortly after you moved in together, you gave birth to your first child. His ex was a problem and always tried to ruin our relationship. Yeah, she probably a baby mama. She probably a baby mama drama. You understand? She didn't allow her children to visit, which caused issues for him and myself. He eventually claims he went to court and filed for visitation, and the kids began visiting against her will. You see, you are writing this letter in defense of this man. You understand? You are already defending this situation. You're defending this situation and putting the blame on the ex. On the ex. You understand? When you should have been looking at this situation long time, way back. Turn the clock back. Way back before you agreed to have a baby. You understand? And then now he's talking about y'all moving in together. Okay, let's see what else you say here. Anyway, I couldn't take the commute over an hour away to my old job, and was expected back within 8 weeks of birth. And I had a C-section that had complications, nor did I have any way for a sitter of my oldest child after school and the new baby. So now you got 2 babies. Your hands are full. Your hands are tied. And you are tied down with this man. Okay? I found out he was cheating with his ex and planned to leave me. And you surprised? You surprised? When you are the one that created this whole scenario. You can't blame him. You can't blame her. The blame is on you. And I'm going to explain it to you. Okay? Let's see what else you say here. When I found out, I was heartbroken, I bet. He apologized and said he would never do it again. He was struggling with the finances and that I didn't go back to work. So you got to go back to work to support him. Okay? This is what's going on. The problem is you out of work because you had this baby. So the finances are funny. Okay? He's not making it right. He's looking for you to make it right. He said she was familiar to him and he went about everything the wrong way. And you took that? You believe that? Apparently you did, because you say here, we got married and everything seemed okay. But then it happened again. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? When this man totally has you wrapped around his little finger. He got you wrapped around his little finger. And he is just doing you like a puppet. Just doing you like a puppet. And you're complying with it. Like you're under hypnosis or something. You understand? He began leaving in arguments, not helping with the kids. I was overwhelmed, and still he couldn't pay the bills, nor did he have the means to pay for child care until I got a job. You're going to have to pay for your own child care if you need it. He's not going to pay for it. But you are the one that hooked up with this man. You didn't have to do that. You should have went in with your eyes open. But you probably wanted a man like a lot of women do. And you were willing to bend over backwards. That's what you did. You had his baby. You had his baby. Now you married to him. And you know, I'm going to tell you, a lot of women, once they feel like if the man marries them, everything's going to, all of a sudden, it's like a magic wand. Life is going to be beautiful. He's going to change. He's going to be everything that you've seen in the movies, that you've seen on TV, that you hear about in the music, that you read about in the romance novels. You think he's going to be all of that. These men ain't going to be none of that. None of it. Ladies, get that through your head. None of it. Now, I'm not talking about all men, but you made a bad choice here. From the beginning, you made a bad choice. This is what I'm saying. Okay, let's try to get through this letter. He constantly left on and off and finally never returned. He filed for a divorce after our second child was born. I eventually moved back to Virginia, where I lived before. I was able to get child care easily in my state and found a job. After 4 months, he asked to see the kids, and we began to reconcile. I laughed because this is becoming comical. This is comical. The issue was that I wasn't ready for him to move back. I told him we needed help to heal the infidelity and my abandonment. He said I could have helped out. I chose not to, which was not at all the case. Okay, he's putting on you the finances, but you just had a baby. What was he wanting you to do? You understand? Let me tell you, it was on him to provide for the family, not you. But he's putting it on you. You understand? He's saying that is your responsibility to take care of him and these kids. That's what he's telling you. The state I lived in only allowed child care if I had him on child support. Now we are at the place where we are separated. And he has his own place, and so do I. He would visit and see the kids. I would cook. We went on vacations, but he never sees the kids consistently and provides financial support for them. Okay, so he's not consistent. He's not consistent in seeing the kids or providing for them. He says that he doesn't have much and struggles himself to pay $1,000 for his first 2 kids, even though I am his wife. I told you this is comical. I would make small requests for him, like when my car broke down. I asked if he could pick up my youngest from school, and he said he had work. That was it for me, and I told him I was over, and I'm tired of not receiving any support in any way, shape, or form. He was getting more from me than even a tiny piece from him. He has not said anything since then and only sees the kids once a month. He said the first set of kids got the biggest child support, and there wouldn't be anything left for my kids. You know he's selling you a bill of goods, right? You know that. He's just selling you a bill of goods. So I don't bother to try. So you still believe in him. You are still believing this man who has deceived you, has taken advantage of you, and really has tried to ruin your life. You still want to believe what he's telling you. The issue I have is my 2 daughters love their dad so much, and it breaks my heart that he doesn't care enough to spend time with them since I don't receive financial support. He said I either want the man or the money, but I am not getting either one. My girls are suffering. Help. Any advice? I appreciate it. Okay, first of all, what you've done in the past is over. You've done okay. Take that man to court and get child support for your children. I don't care what he says. I don't care what he says. You understand? I hear that today the courts don't play with these men. They put a judgment on him, and he has to go out and make the money to meet that judgment, or he gonna find himself in jail. Go to the court. Don't stop talking to him. He doesn't care about you or your daughters. So it's on you. It's on you. Go to court and get child support for these kids. He's too arrogant. He's too arrogant and has totally taken advantage of you. And your children deserve support since they love their dad. He needs to pay. He needs to pay for their support. So that's my advice. Take him to court and don't care what anybody else says about it. You let the courts tell you that he can't pay. Not him. You let the courts tell you. You understand? Because I understand today that they make these men pay. I don't care if these men got to sleep out on the street. If you had those kids, you are responsible to provide for those kids. And ladies, we don't have to struggle like we do because some man tells us that that's the way it is. No. Take this man to court for child support right away. If I was you, I'd be down there when the court opens. Don't pay any attention to what he's saying. Understand? This man does not care about you. He didn't care about you in the beginning. You understand? He's been taking advantage of you from the beginning. So, don't worry about you. You understand? Being his wife, he don't care about it. Don't mean anything to him. Take him to court and get some support for your children. Okay. Now, I think we're gonna end it here. Okay. I hope that you understand this message today. Okay. Don't be controlled by fear. And you see, you this last lady, is some fear involved in that. You understand? You understand? Because this man is in your ear telling you things that are not true. That are not true. So I hope that you will start loving yourself and taking care of yourself and your children. And forget about him. He's bad news. He is bad news. You go to the court and you get child support for your children and build a life for you and your children, and forget about men for a while. Period. Don't run out here looking for another man to take care of you and your children. You go get child support for them and you concentrate on building your empire for you and your family. You understand? Don't worry about what this man gonna do. Or a man. Ladies, I want you to be strong, independent individuals. And then there's no way that you're gonna let other people control your livelihood like this. And you won't be stuck in these situations. You understand? When you have a child, it really should be your choice. You don't have a child just because a man comes up and say, I want you to have my baby. Do you know how many women out here have children and no partner because men do this? When I was young, I had a lot of men coming, I want you to have my baby. I said, you must be crazy. No. 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 And they gonna offer you, oh, you could have this. You know, we gonna live here and we gonna live there, and you're gonna have all these things, and I'm gonna buy you this and that. All you gotta do is have this baby. That's a trick. That's a trick. But one reason men would do this, because it keeps you tied to them. Okay. See, this man feels he can come and get sex from you anytime he wants. That's why he's telling you, what do you want, the man or the money? You see? That's what he means by that. Do you want me to stop coming over here having sex with you? Or would you rather have the money? You would rather have the money to support your children. You can't support your children on having sex with him. You understand? Ladies, I hope that you understand this, because too many of us are getting caught up in this trap. Okay? All right. I think I've rambled on long enough on this one. So here it is. Those of you who have letters that you would like for me to answer, here it is. Here's the link. Send your questions to MissFayesWorld@hotmail.com. That's MissFayesWorld@hotmail.com. And keep your letters to one page. Just summarize your situation and ask the question. Okay? And if you prefer me to answer your question through the email, just put it at the very top of the letter, and this way it won't be overlooked. Okay? And I want to thank you all for supporting this channel. I hope that I've said something today that can help somebody. I really do, because this is serious. I want to thank you for sending your comments. I read them every day. I appreciate you for doing that. Thank you for your letters. And a special thank you for those who send a donation. I appreciate it so very much. I love you all. I wish you all well and happiness. And I hope to see you next time.